There's a reason we instinctively roll over to face the wall. By turning our backs to the open room, we use the architecture to cut our angles of vulnerability in half. Viewed as a binary geometry, the bedroom splits into two 180-degree fields. Behind you is the danger zone. In front is the safe zone. This wall functions as a cognitive shortcut, proving two solid objects cannot occupy the same space. Our sense of security in the dark isn't based on bravery. It's based on a total, unwavering trust in the rigidity of our environment. That trust shatters the moment you wake up at 3 a.m. and realize you aren't alone. You're still facing the wall, but from the darkness behind you, there is a sound. The slow, heavy rasp of someone breathing. Your first defense is total stillness. You obey the unspoken rule of the room. Stay quiet, stay small, and never look back into the danger zone. But the sound moves closer. You can feel the physical proximity now, the faint, rhythmic brush of cold air against the back of your neck with every exhale. Then the breathing stops. The air goes still, leaving the room in a silence so heavy it feels physical. In this moment, you still believe in the geometry. As long as the threat remains in the open room, the wall in front of you is still a shield. You are still safe on your side of the line. That belief lasts until the breathing returns, but it isn't behind you anymore. You can feel the air moving against your lips and nose. Something is breathing from the microscopic gap between your face and the wall. This profile view shows the spatial paradox. There is no volume here, no structural room for a third object to exist between you and the plaster. Your relief at the silence behind you is replaced by a paralyzing realization. The perimeter wasn't just breached, it was bypassed entirely. The safe zone no longer exists. When a threat occupies an impossibly small dimension, there is no longer any room left for you to retreat. Then, the wall itself begins to change. You watch in the dark as the flat surface, inches from your eyes, begins to bulge outward, as if something is pushing through from the other side. The foundational rule of the room, that walls are solid barriers, is gone. The architecture is behaving like a fluid, permeable membrane. A face begins to form, stretching the drywall into features. Its eyes are closed, its mouth is still, and its breathing rhythm begins to accelerate until it perfectly matches your own. The entity opens its eyes. You are staring into your own pupils, watching your own face push through the boundary of the room to meet you. The sanctuary is gone. The wall you chose for protection has transformed into a vessel for a doppelganger. It whispers 4 words that destabilize your memory. You turned last time. It claims you always do, making you question if this nightmare is actually a recurring reality you've simply forgotten. The entity shifts from a psychological presence to a mechanical one. It takes a long, deep pull of air into its lungs, and then stops. It refuses to exhale. This lung schematic shows the resulting physiological lock. As the face in the wall hoards its breath, the airflow vector to your own lungs is cut off. Your chest refuses to move. You fight for air, your lungs burning in the silence, until the entity finally exhales, releasing your own breath back to you in a desperate gasp. The claustrophobia is now absolute. The threat has moved beyond the room's dimensions to seize control of the interior space of your own body. You wake to the morning light. The room is bright, the shadows are gone, and the wall is just a wall. Your first instinct is to audit every corner for normalcy. You press your palm against the plaster. It's solid, cold, and rigid, exactly as a wall should be. There are no marks, bulges, or faces. You tell yourself it was just a dream, a trick of the mind. You laugh at the idea that the wall could ever be soft or permeable. The human brain is designed to ignore anomalies. We desperately reestablish environmental norms because the alternative, that our physical world is unstable, is too much to process. But as you sit there in the sunlight, the silence is broken. A faint, slow sound is coming from inside the solid drywall. The same heavy, rhythmic breathing you heard in the dark. The spatial boundary hasn't just been crossed. it's been permanently compromised. The wall isn't a barrier anymore. It's a hiding place. We rely on architecture to keep the world out, but those defenses are fragile illusions. Once you've felt the wall breathe, you can never fully trust the solid surface right next to your bed ever again.